Is this a good time to say I'm going to be off of work for 3 months?
Are you serious?
I went to the yeah.
All
I
right.
went
Well,
to the
good
doctor.
morning, everybody. welcome to Coffee Culture and Pokemon. Our special guest today is Fountain City
Yeah.
Collectibles. So, if you guys would please give him a nice warm welcome. This is Corey today. Also,
Hello.
give us a thumbs up if you can hear us. If we're echoing, please let me know because there's always some sort of issue.
Caw.
Caw-caw.
Yeah, I mean, mine sounded good whenever as soon as I turned it on, I heard my voice and I was like, oh yeah, it's good.
While we're waiting for a good thumbs up, we're going to welcome in Alec. He was first in, as usual. Thank you, Alec. Zudi's here. Andrew, Rafa, Jordan. Good morning, guys. Sounds good today. Thank you, Jordan.
Thank you, Jordan.
That's the same thank you
Somebody
I
left
get for
the Lego.
using my meme.
I let the
Thank you,
kids come
Mary.
down here and there's Lego pieces in here.
Just don't step on them.
Corey, did you see the new collection boxes of One Piece?
Yes. They look gorgeous.
Yeah, I just don't like the packs that are inside.
Yeah, well, One
Rakandino.
Piece.
Oh my god, he's from like Australia too, right? Cracadino.
Ireland or Scotland? I don't remember which.
He sounds like he's from both.
Al, you've got to get your accents right. Oh my
Well,
goodness.
so is it cultural appropriate that I don't know or couldn't distinguish between what is it, Scotland and Ireland? They're pretty much the same, are they not?
Yeah.
No.
Historically, they don't like each
Oh.
other.
I
They're not
couldn't
the
tell
same.
about the Earth.
Ireland. Matt,
I'm Scottish.
good
I'm not
morning.
Irish.
You're Scottish?
Yeah.
Is that the same thing?
No, not at all.
Well, we're gonna throw down in Dallas, dude. I swear.
Who, me and you?
Yeah.
What's up? Box. Let's box.
All right, Corey. Well, welcome to the podcast. Welcome to the show. It's
Hello.
chaotic sometimes, but we have a good time. So yeah. So why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself? What you got going on? What you do?
No one knows Corey. Kind of. I mean, yeah, they do. But
Yeah. My name's Corey. I'm one of the co-owners of Fountain City Collectibles in Kansas City, Missouri. Just the lover of all TCG games. Cardboard, shiny the better. Outside of that, just pretty laid back guy. I have a newborn, so I've been busy with the newborn and starting a new business. But yeah, I don't want to go too detailed into me right now, but yeah, that's who I am. So I'm just a lover of cardboard.
All right, awesome. Well, tell us about your store. What kind
Yeah,
of stuff do you have?
Yeah, we were established in January 1st, 2026. We are a TCG store that specializes in Pokemon. I would say about 70% of our shelves are Pokemon. I have close to 700 cards on display at all times of Pokemon, ranging from, and that's just displays, ranging from $20 to, I think my largest one right now is $3,000. And then I
that'd be
have.
awesome if you were there.
Yeah.
Shut up, Al.
Yeah, I know. This is my fault on this one. I was like, I blame Al on this one because
You're
I was
3
like,
minutes
Al,
away, bro. Get in the car. Go ahead. Trot over there.
I haven't even done my hair yet. I'm not beautified. Like, I'm not handsome enough for this shot right now. No one needs to see that. I mean, I guess I could turn the camera the whole time and no one would see my face, but at the same time, I may scare myself.
Just show them your promo video you did the other day.
Me being
Is
fast
there a way,
as hell.
where's that at? Can I do that right now?
It was my
Where's that?
story, so it's probably gone.
No, dude.
I need to film a few more this week. Yeah,
That would be so good.
my
Don't let
wife
him
bought
bully
me
you,
new
Corey.
shoes. My wife bought me new shoes, so I decided to take them running for everybody on my social media feed, showing them how fast I am. So, but yeah, no, that I like to do stupid stuff like that. That's one of the good things about
So
owning my own store
funny.
too. Yeah,
That would have
I don't
given
have
a
to.
glimpse of your personality to everybody.
I love improv. Improv is one of my favorite things. So that was a whim of the moment thing. I was just sitting there and I was like, I'm bored. Let's do this. So, um, yeah, I try to be as laid back, as casual as possible. And I hope my store reflects that as well. Especially when people come in and they interact with me, interact with my team, and they realize that we're just here to be helpful, as transparent as possible. At the end of the day, yes, it's about money, but I don't really care too much how much we make, as long as we are to establish a good time for our consumers. But yeah, no, I have Pokemon, One Piece, Naruto. I do have sports. I have Star Wars. I'm a huge Star Wars fan. Disney, Marvel. Tonight's one of our Pokemon League play nights. We do One Piece. We do Magic League nights, and then questionable. I got approved for Yu-Gi-Oh. I don't know yet if I'm going to be bringing Yu-Gi-Oh to FCC. Uh, for reasons of my own experience with Yu-Gi-Oh players. I've been to 2 tournaments in Albuquerque, New Mexico, where I used to live, and both times Yu-Gi-Oh players broke out into fistfights.
Oh God.
And yeah, it's just it's super weird. Like, it's TCG, but Yu-Gi-Oh people are fighting each other by throwing haymakers at each other. I don't really know if I want that in my shop. So
Oh my
That's
God.
crazy.
Why? Oh,
I don't know the
Corey
game
was
that
there.
much,
Corey
but what they
instigated
well, I was ironically playing a 12-year-old in a Pokemon League, and the 12-year-old absolutely whooped my butt. But that's beside the story there.
Corey failed to mention he was in the fight.
but
The Yu-Gi-Oh players, though, I guess the way that the rules changed is if you end in a draw, you both lose. There is no tie anymore.
oh
So,
no.
from what my understanding of the interaction was, is one of the guys didn't want his buddy. He wanted his buddy to win, so he was stalling his game as long as possible to force a loss to the guy, so his buddy could win the tournament. And one thing led to another, and they flipped the whole 8-foot table, and they were punching each other. And I
Wow.
was just trying to protect the 12-year-old. So,
Oh my God.
but yeah, that's Yu-Gi-Oh players for you, though. And that's one of the reasons why Yu-Gi-Oh is struggling, is because they created rules like both in and a loss. That should never be a rule.
No, you're right. Terry says he must never have been to a vending machine, I guess.
I have seen those videos, and that is crazy. Those
It's
fights that break out at
insane.
vending machines.
I don't understand the mentality behind fist fights over cardboard. Like it would take someone trying to attack me or my kid to get into a fight over cards.
I think a lot of it has to deal with the monetary value of it right now. Just kind of like cardboard itself, it's kind of printed on the same material as money. And people realize that it's desperate times, desperate needs, and that's why they get angry about it. But,
I guess
it's
so.
not the best way of going about it.
So I have probably the most important question of the day. And this is really important.
Okay.
Do you carry My Little Pony cards?
So, yes and no. I used to carry My Little Pony cards. The company that
Violence.
makes them also makes K-pop Demon Hunters.
Yep.
They are absolutely impossible to get in right now for my distribution allocation, or even get to a representative to talk about getting it more.
Oh,
It is one
man.
of the hottest cards on my shelves is My Little Pony. And I wish
Really?
I had more. Yep, I wish I had more for my customers. I can't get it in. and I can't find it on the shelves. I have guys that go to Targets every day and do all their things. Not for me, they just indirectly do it for me, and they can't even find My Little Pony on there.
Dude, I love me some My Little Pony. It's funny because like when the first time I bought packs, I was all like, people are gonna make fun of me, I swear. And then I said something about it, and everyone, of course, was like, My Little Pony, Mary, what the heck? And then other people were like, no, I love My Little Pony. And like since then, it's just gotten, it's funny. It's funny to me.
There's some good
Stop
cards. I like them.
my
They
flower.
put like extra thought into them.
It's a fun rip. I've ripped a few. I had a guy bring in some New York Comic-Con exclusive ones to rip. I meant to sell them, but I ripped them for myself, kind of a deal. But it was fun. Yeah, that's the hardest part about owning a card shop is just having, you're just looking at those cards and you got like Senator Palpatine behind you just yelling, do it, do it. And so I just really want to rip it, but I can't.
Man, you guys are probably going to hear me yelling at my cat a lot because she's getting into my flowers right now. She wants to eat them.
What, a cat? No way. Alec Longoria has a question for Corey.
Perfect.
Second most important question: do you like Probopass?
Oh my gosh.
Do I like who?
Probopass.
Is that the Pokemon, right?
Yeah.
No.
Sorry, I was like, I'm not gonna lie, I heard Probocast and I was like, is this a GameCube game or something like that? It's not my favorite. Anything outside of Gen 1 I really don't care for.
You hear that, Longoria? No one likes it except for you.
Man.
Oh my god, Terry T is getting into fist fights as well. The dude I punched was cleaning out the machine right in front of a kid saying, "Screw you, get a better hobby," and he was parked in the fire zone as he could get to the machine faster, made the kid cry.
You know, people are
This is
assholes.
The hobby is not what it used to be, that's for sure.
Morning, Tommy.
Now, I don't know what the hobby was like that during the rage in 1999 and 2000 because I was, 9 years old. But I wonder if it was kind of like this because with the Beanie Babies and stuff, there were fights breaking out back in the day.
Oh my
you
god,
could find
Beanie Babies.
stuff back then.
Because I remember Beanie Babies, the McDonald's drive-through lines. For some reason, my grandma was insane with them. And granted, she donated all of them after she passed to me, and I'm like, I have 9 totes of Beanie Babies that are worth absolutely nothing. But I remember the McDonald's lines fights breaking out on those all the time growing up.
Yeah, well, if you go back, I don't remember what the movie was called. It was an Arnold Schwarzenegger movie. And if you
the Christmas one?
Yeah, like
yes.
They had a whole scene where people were like fighting over toys, and it was a thing. Like I remember in the 90s because I was born in 80. So I remember in the late 80s and early 90s, people were going on Christmas and like duking it out on, Black Friday over some stupid toys. And it's the same thing. It's crazy.
You were the Cabbage Patch Kids. Those were violent.
Dude, I got my first Cabbage Patch when I was 5.
That's crazy.
Yep. I love my Cabbage Patch. So do you guys do anything? Do you guys carry like comic books or anything too in your store, or toys, or things like that?
I am limited space in the shop right now. We do have a first rider refusal on the shop next door. My business partner Ryan, he does most of the stuff behind the scenes. I just kind of update him on like what I need, and he's really, really great about getting things done for me. And so what we're going to do is we have 2,000 square feet right now, and we're going to move into another area. We're going to actually knock down the wall to open up another 2,000 square feet, which will allow us to start carrying more of the collectible stuff. I have done trades for Legos for Pokemon cards before. I collect vintage Star Wars Legos, so someone brought me some Legos, and I did some card trades on those.
Debacle with
yeah.
What was it? The bricks and figs?
Yeah,
Oh,
Bricks and Figs with the whole stealing that old man's collection of Sky City or Cloud City. That's a lot of money, and I don't know why they thought they could get away with that, but I'm glad they got that thing settled. And those guys got fired. Uh, but I am a diehard comic book reader. I go weekly to get my comic books, but comic books don't sell really well, and they take up a lot of space.
they
Um,
do.
as
But
as my wife could probably tell you that she wants me to start getting rid of comics because I have so many. So
do you have any comics that are graded?
I do. Anything Thanos related, I grade.
Oh,
I got
nice.
a couple 9.8s signed by him. Thanos is my favorite character. He's the greatest hero in the world. Yes, hero. Um,
He said
but
hero.
yeah, he's a hero. He did what was right. He brought balance to the world.
Oh
Just
my
we couldn't
god.
accept it.
I love it.
Corey likes chaos.
That's okay. That is okay.
I do.
I was always kind of
Speaking of
intrigued by like the comic book thing. I don't read any comics, but I'm always intrigued to see what people like how they is the grading process the same for a comic book as it is a card?
yes, it's just much more expensive.
Gotcha. What is that price
Uh,
point?
well, I don't know. I'm assuming they didn't have a stall, but normally it's $45 a slab, which
Hmm.
back in the day that was $15 a slab, but now they're
Yeah.
probably $60, I would say.
Wow. Wow.
Now, there's really no huge value in modern comics that are graded, other than like your relative collectors.
Right.
It's really all
Oh
about
niche.
vintage. Yeah.
Wow. What kind of comics you got, Al?
Uh, some flip pages books that I made into at live action one.
What's the last book you read, Al?
6th grade. The Hobbit.
Oh, that's a really good one. That if you're only need to read one book, The Hobbit's definitely one that can hold you off for a long time.
I don't read.
You should read.
Oh man, I don't read. I read a lot.
Now, our son has not gotten into comics, but I fully expect it to happen at some point. He's been in a little bit into manga, but
Yes.
not terribly
I
into it
am
yet.
starting my first book of Berserker,
Oh
and
God.
I'm going. Yeah, I been forewarned, but I'm excited. I picked it up, and I'm gonna start reading it this weekend, and we'll see if I come out on the other end as the same person.
Yeah.
What? What's up with Berserker?
It's like gory and Gunner in the same thing.
Yeah, it's like
So everything to love.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like Final Fantasy meets Conan meets High School DxD.
Okay. Okay. I think I have. Is that cards? Playing cards? High school DxD?
Do I have any High School DxD playing cards?
Is it a thing?
No. They do print them in like White Schwartz and stuff though, or any of the Chinese Alibaba like Night Goddess cards.
No.
But I do have a
Okay.
couple graded Rescrimery cards. Don't judge.
I had that thingy, but that's not it.
I'm gonna let you guys take over for just a minute. I have to take care of some work stuff for a second. So
You're
Yeah.
good.
That's normally what happens when we talk about Rescrimery and High School DxD. So
oh, I'm sorry. I wasn't even listening there for a second. I was reading an email.
You're
Apologies.
good. So now it's just the boys. What's up, Corey? What's
sup,
going
sup,
on?
sup.
Yo, yo,
Sup.
what it is, yo? Corey on the mic, bro.
Oh my God, you're weird.
If you didn't know, now you know. I'm just kidding. So prepping for the shop, how nervous were you leading up to the moments that you finally picked a location? Because I remember talking to you on various occasions that it was supposed to be here, it's supposed to be there. Like, tell us about how, like, maybe or the train of thoughts, maybe the planning. Did you ever had some doubts? Let's hear that side of the story.
I would say that I was extremely lucky in that situation with my business partner Ryan being as smart as he is, being in real estate, doing real estate construction. I really was never really super worried because I knew that he would handle it. He's a great teammate, and I was also expecting at the same exact time we started looking. We really, between us, I mean, and everyone in the world now, we weren't even looking to open up until right about now, just to start even looking for locations because I was going to be on parental leave. However, me and Ryan sat down, we had some conversations, and we're like, well, what's the hurt of looking for some spots? And rent is a big deal, especially in a world where margins are so slim already in the Pokemon world, in the TCG world. We looked, I think, at 15 locations until we could find a location that really met our needs. And the rule was, me and Ryan discussed, was we weren't going to sign any contracts unless it was an absolute can't miss deal. And I think we were kind of doing it on the side just because it was fun to go look at new places together, sit down, eat dinner, talk about the shop. We traveled to Albuquerque, New Mexico to meet with some people. And we found this location on North Oak really because of the burger joint right next door. I'm a big boy, so the burger joint next door was a great spot.
Burger was damn good.
Yeah. And they kind of talked to us. Yeah, I mean, and they talked to us and they told us the traffic's really good. In and out is really good. And we were in between some federal buildings, so security was a big deal right next to a fire department, trying to keep as many, quick grabs away from the shop as possible. And they ended up giving us a deal that we could not refuse. I mean, it was thousands of dollars cheaper than anything else we were looking at. And they gave us the potential for growth with the building next door. So we pulled the trigger on that real fast, and we ended up moving our timeline for opening up 7 months. So it was, I mean, it was hard. I mean, juggling a newborn and a wife during that time, and he's, closing up the season for his real estate, and he's got his kiddos, and he lives 45 minutes away. So every time he was driving back and forth to help work on the shop. But I know we made the right decision. So
yeah, I mean, it sounds like you guys are doing really well with it, and
we've already exceeded our 6-month projection goal already, 2.5 months in.
Wow.
Let's go, baby.
Yeah, big deal.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Most of it's Al, but
wait, what? It's all those phone calls I've been giving you.
Yes.
Random strangers.
Al's gonna make you
rich. The phone calls I get at 11 o'clock at night when I'm holding my baby trying to put her to sleep, and I know Al's live because I get my phone just starts ringing from random areas on the country.
You gotta put that on a sleep schedule, brother.
I did have her on a sleep schedule.
The phone, I meant, like once that it goes to like a 11 o'clock hits, you can't do that.
I switched to an Android, and I thought I was tech savvy enough to do that. And I don't know how to do anything on my phone as an Android. On the Apple phone, I knew everything. Android, I don't know how to do anything. So
I don't know either.
I don't even know how to silence it.
Oh my God.
Well, at least you're an Android now. I mean, at least I can't knock you for that.
Alec is asking if you have distro.
Yes and no. So distro is very complicated. Yes. You have to be open with registered sales before you can even apply for distro. And distro won't allow you to do distro without having Pokemon Play, Wizard Play, Yu-Gi-Oh play. Those are the 3 requirements for most distros to even have before you even begin receiving distro, which takes 3 to 4 months in time to even get those approved, because you have to have a brick and mortar standard previous play nights with proof of plays before distro even agrees to do it.
See, that must be
So
a new thing.
yes, it's completely new due to the rush of COVID. It used to be you just applied and you just got to do whatever you want.
Yeah.
So they make it extremely difficult to get new people, because there's people applying for it all the time, because people just want to apply for distro because they want product cheaper, even though they don't have a brick and mortar. And we live in an AI world. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's
people-
not just about getting that product, because distro, you have to get all the nonsensical items too, along
Yep.
with the product, which people don't understand and stuff like that, which you know about, right? Correct?
Yeah. So, you have to do a minimum purchase. This is like 20,000 per purchase each time with them. And that 20,000, 2,000 of it can only be Pokemon. The 18,000 of it's basically stuff that you can't do anything with, or, it's battle decks that don't sell. Before it would have been like My Little Pony kind of a deal before it took off. MetaZoo. I'm sure some of the distros are still forcing people to take MetaZoos off of them to be able to get Pokemon. You can't just pick and choose. It's basically packages that you have to grab. And there's another store around here that needed to hit, I think it was their 40,000 mark, and they had $28,000 worth of stuff that they needed. They ended up just buying 12 grand worth of top loaders and penny sleeves because
Oh my God.
they were forced to buy it, and they're like, well, what else can we do? Let's just get that stuff and then sell it for cheap. So I can always give a shout out to everyone in the chat. If you're ever looking for penny sleeves or top loaders, just go to eBay and just type in a case of it. People sell those at cost because they're just trying to get them moved as quickly as possible. So you can get a case of top loaders and penny sleeves for like $60 on eBay.
All right, I'm going to go there right now.
I was going to say I could probably go for that on sleeves. Not the top loaders, because I don't ever buy top loaders. We have like boxes on boxes of top loaders. I'm like, does somebody need top loaders? Please. You
do? Yep.
Bruh, I could send you some.
Stu's being stingy.
So Jordan is asking, and this is what I asked you earlier, how do you sell online? Is there a website so those of us who don't live in, and I love this, misery can't support? And we call it misery because, and I'm originally from Missouri.
Okay.
So, I've always called it misery. So I really like that.
It's fair. I'm from Kansas and lived in Albuquerque, New Mexico for 10 years. So Missouri is just, this is the first time I lived in the Missouri side for 2 years. So I kind of get the Missouri side of it now. My philosophy as a community-based Pokemon store is our TCG store. I want people to come in, or we want people to come into the store and not necessarily do e-commerce yet. E-commerce is something we do have on the plan. However, without people coming to the store first, I won't have a foothold that I need to be the top store in the Northland. We have a website built. I haven't turned it on yet. We'll probably turn it on closer to the holiday season. We do have a TCG store. You can always go to our TCG store. I can get a link for you guys for that.
Oh, yes.
If you're doing playables and stuff. Yeah. I can do playables and stuff, but when it comes to like sealed product, it's Found City Collectibles, but I'm pretty sure my collectibles had to be shortened, and I don't remember how I shortened it. I can pull it up though after, because I'm on my phone. I'm not on my computer. But we have a program called SortSwift that does our website, our inventory, our reward system. We're one of the first people that are doing the system with them, so we're the beta testing side of things. But I'm walking up the stairs to my computer, so if I sound like I'm out of breath, it's because I'm fat. We will have a website, but I really don't want one yet because I really want people to come into my store first and meet me. and meet my personality and my partner's personality before they start buying from us.
Okay. Okay.
And plus,
I'm
having
sure.
physical people being there, it's more dedicated, true people, and they're gonna fall in love with you quicker than people that just scrummaging online and stuff like that. So it does count for a lot of when you're dealing with a brick and mortar to have that normal people coming by the shops and stuff.
So Collector's Habit
Better profit margins.
is asking what is it like being a full owner of a brick and mortar business?
So I am half owner of, so I'm not necessarily full. So I always have to kind of not ask for permission, but just get agreement with him, and he has to get agreement with me on things. But it is nice because I just wear jeans and t-shirts to work every day. I did not like my job prior, and so it's been much better on my life. And yeah, it honestly just means a lot to me to own my own thing. And I've worked really hard. Ryan's worked really hard to get to where we are, and the fact that it's working, it's kind of emotional because I don't have to listen to anybody anymore, and that's a big deal because people suck.
That's so awesome.
Well, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Yeah.
Go
I
ahead.
have to say this out loud. Will I am Bearded is saying my family is from, get this, Tightwad in Clinton, Missouri. And I'm curious, is Tightwad really a town in Missouri?
I don't know. I know that there's a city called Gun City.
I mean, I was there for 35 years and I do not remember a Tightwad, Missouri.
How do you spell it?
Exactly how it sounds, Tightwad.
Oh yeah, I type in Tightwad and it goes Missouri zip code.
Holy moly. Leave it up to Missouri to name a town
64735.
Tightwad.
Is that it?
That's cool.
Corey?
Is that what?
There we go.
Is that it right there?
Hold on.
fcc.tcgplayerpro.com.
Yes.
Okay. Awesome. Awesome.
I'm gonna.
Does this actually do it? Someone tell me if that does it.
Population like 89. Yes. That. Uh-oh. Well, we lost Al.
No, that wasn't me.
That didn't work.
No.
No.
I mean,
all right. Well, I
see
can't.
it, but
There you go. Pin it.
I'm pinning it.
I hope it's the right one.
Uh-oh. You think it's the right one?
Mine is FTN.
Okay, hold on.
All right.
Yeah.
We're gonna unpin it.
Unpin it. Yeah. City Collectibles.
Alec, are y'all hiring? Asking for a friend. He's really cool and likes Pokemon.
I just actually hired my first 2 employees this week.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird having employees. I hired one gentleman who is my judge for Pokemon. His knowledge of Pokemon is insane on a different level. Like he looks at a card from like 2003. He's like, oh, I remember this card being like this playable.
Oh,
Everything's
wow.
TCG based off of him, like the game. And I'm just like, oh, I had no idea. That's just an energy card to me, kind of a deal. Like, cool, it's 12 cents. And he's like, nah, man, this card was insane back in the day. And then I don't know if you guys have seen my artwork on the wall yet. I had a custom mural painted of Mewtwo holding the Star Wars lightsaber and the Death Destroyer or a Star Destroyer.
Go to work.
I know. Well, it's on my Google reviews. Some kids took a photo by it. I brought her on as an artist as well, and she'll be an employee as well. She does a lot of sorting, and then she will also do all my social media imaging and stuff. I'm trying to get away from AI for creating imaging. It just doesn't really look unique or something like that. So I can pay somebody to actually do that work, and I think that's a better reflection of what we want to be as a community TCG store.
Yeah. So your hours are. You open today at 2 p.m. Sunday?
Correct. Yeah, I'm 2 to 9 today.
2 to 9. Okay, so that's a pretty interesting business schedule, and I like it just because a lot of people aren't really going to be probably going into a store like that until later on in the afternoon, I would assume, right?
Yeah. We one of these days once because was the sole employee inside the store, and I hit 40 hours a week pretty quickly.
Yeah.
And I work regularly around 60 to 70 hours a week is what it ends up being.
That's
But
crazy.
I'm at the store at 11 o'clock other than today. And I never see anybody walk up to the door at noon. So I was like, no, I'm not going to open up till 2. So
Yeah, yeah. Habit is asking, have you guys talked about what it's like buying out collections? Curious about percentages and what goes into that.
okay, that is probably the best part about opening up a brick and mortar. Yesterday I had a collection come in from a guy's childhood that he had just found in the closet, and I was circling through it. He had a Neo Genesis Lugia in it. He had a Pikachu Gold Star in it. Stuff he had no idea what even the value was. No, this was a different one. And Al, I have another guy that. Let me finish this first story, and then I'll.
I want the Lugia. I want to come
the
up there
Lugia is
right now.
clean. He's going to come up Thursday. So if you want to come back up Thursday and look at the stuff, you can.
Okay.
Because it was so much, and this is kind of the hard part about because I don't have a lot of staff. When people bring in collections like that, it does take me 2 to 3 hours to comp, appraise, and look at everything. Because when it comes to vintage, you don't just look at the vintage cards itself. You're looking for errors, misprints, and things like that, which takes up a lot of time. But the problem is when I have people coming in all the time and asking questions or needing things, I can't really give the appraisal my undivided attention that it needs, because that appraisal of that vintage product is quite expensive. It adds up really quickly, and I have to be careful with margins because, as you know, with vintage, there's a huge price difference between near mint and LP.
Yeah.
And if I buy product in a near mint and it's actually LP to MP, I'm losing a ton of profit. But that's the stuff I want, and that comes in quite often. I've been doing trade shows for about 6 to 7 years now. 6, 7. Okay, kids.
It was just you.
But
No one
just me, cool. Chat's delayed, okay? They're all gonna come with it. Card shows, you would see them come around a little bit, but most of the time, if they know what's going on, they're going to a card show to begin with. These people don't know who the product is. It could be somebody else's they just found across. So to them, it doesn't really reflect anything. They're like, oh, what is this? It's just junk. And then I explain to them kind of how cool this stuff is, and they start getting attached to it. And most of the time, I don't buy it from them. I tell them, hey, this is your childhood memory stuff here. Do not sell it. There's no reason to sell it. Yes, you can. If you need the money right now, I will give you the money right now for the product. But if you don't need the money right now, you will never get this memory back. Just keep the product for yourself. Hold it. The value will continue to go up. There's no reason to let it go. The other day, I had a guy come in that buys storage lockers, and he found a Topps Chrome binder book of Pokemon for $30 in the storage unit. That's how much he bought it for. That binder itself was roughly $6,000.
Jesus.
You paid it $42 and 67 cents.
I did pay $650 for it. And I feel absolutely horrible to this day. And I'm still trying to get the guy's information. He has my business card. I don't have his information. He had Topps Chrome cards, and he had a stack of just junk, okay? It was beat up. It would have taken me hours to get through it. And he was in a little bit of a hurry. So I was like, hey, let me look at a few cards here. I'll make you a rough estimate. And this is how it normally always goes. I don't know. I'm taking a risk on the rest of it. Okay. probably I'm seeing $400 value in the bot book when I'm looking through it. I'm like, I'll give you $650, just hoping there's $250 there. This guy had the Topps Chrome base set in front of cards. So when I like in the binder, he had the lower cards in the front and he had expensive cards behind it that you couldn't see without physically taking out all the cards. So if you know anything about Topps Chrome Series 2, there's a thing called Techno, Sapphire, and Sparkle. Those are the variants and they go for quite a bit of money. Well, this guy had 4 Sparkle cards, 3 Technos, and about 25 Topps Chrome Sapphires. And the Gengar alone goes for $1,000.
Jesus.
The Lapras Sparkle I sold for $800. So this bothers me still to this day because one, and I don't know if I should or not be bothered by it because I did give him a absolute true value at the time, understanding that he only bought it for $30. I'm giving him $650. He was extremely happy, but I've made way more than I should have off of it. And I wish the guy would come back into the shop one of these days because I would love to give him a couple $100 more. But I don't know where he is.
Wow. That is crazy. I can't imagine.
But yeah, that's the stuff that comes through a brick and mortar. It's crazy, the old stuff that you see. You get a lot of modern stuff, but nothing like vintage that I've ever seen before owning a brick and mortar.
Wow.
Oh, and I buy at 75%, and then I trade at 85%. Now, if it's like gold stars, like super high end stuff, I match at the 95. Now, if it's a kid, a 12-year-old kid or below that comes in and wants to do a trade, I give them basically market to market. I do 100% trade on that stuff.
That's nice. That's nice because
that's my investment is the kid, not the card.
Exactly. No, I like that. So Crystal's saying I bought cards at a yard sale for $50 and they are worth over $700. I had no idea how much they were worth. I just love them. And I'm not selling them though. They're all in my PC. I wish I had more time to like look through things like that and to go to yard sales to look for Pokemon, but it takes a lot of time and effort to go do all that. So
time is money. I get that. That's why I don't sit in any of these drops for Pokemon anymore because I don't have 6 hours to wait.
Right. Yeah. Well, that's because you don't get into our voice chat when drops are happening.
I know. Well, I normally throw you guys in on my wall. I listen in when I can on my TVs, but if I have a customer come in, I'm just like, I don't know what Al's going to say today, so I turn around and just leave.
Yeah, we never know what Al's going to say.
Beaver. I'm innocent. I am the PG version of Teletubbies.
Oh my. That's not quite right, but we'll go with it. So you also you also vend. And we know that because we've seen Al, walk up to your table and, when he's live streaming at a show like that, he's got like 50 people in his chat saying, "Oh, how much is that? How much is that? How much is that? How much is that?" And, "Oh, will you buy that for me? And I'll send you money." So what is it like to be a vendor from your point of view?
It's changed a lot. When I originally started vending, it was more of a entertainment interaction between the two people. It was, fun. You could have a conversation, talk about the cards itself, the stories behind it. Anymore, and this is the reason why I wanted to approach a brick and mortar, it's like business. And it's all about haggling, it's percentages and numbers. And it's not that fun anymore. Where, like, I loved, like, when Al would come around 2 or 3 years ago and talk at the table and do all that stuff, because that's what it was about. Now it's people just walk up and like, well, I can buy this whole row for you for 85%. What's the best you can do? And I'm like, well, I spent 18 hours pricing every single card on sticker for you guys from market for you to come in and just say 85% on everything. There's too many people in the ball game now for vending, and it's not fun.
So what do you do in that kind of situation? Do you accept it, or do you think about it? Do you just be like, no?
Now I can just be a dick and just say no now. Before I used to like, oh yeah, let me hear you out and everything. Now I just say, I got a brick and mortar. I can just keep it in the shop and sell that when it needs to be sold, or get it to the right person.
Yeah.
Like if it's if it's somebody that I know, like Al or Mary Berry, if you were to come up to my table or something like that, and you're like, hey, what's the best you could do? I'm gonna say 80% because I know you. I don't care. Like you're getting enjoyment out of it. That's what matters. But if it's somebody I don't know or I never interacted with, and they say I can give you 92%, I'm gonna say no,
Wow.
because there is no interaction there. There's nothing in return for me. There's no passion there. And I think that that's what's changed a lot is everyone's trying to make a quick buck. Everyone's trying to become a professional vendor now. YouTube's changed a lot. It's like streamers, and I'm not okay. Before I jump out, I'm not making any things, but like when streaming was big, not everyone was doing it, but people were doing it and making extensive money. And then COVID hit, everyone wanted to become a streamer. And that's kind of what vending has
No
become.
offense taken. I didn't know
Yeah.
I was going to stream until I did it.
It's, there's only 1% of the people make it in streaming. That's really kind of the same with vending. You'll start noticing.
Charge me double. Sorry.
I never charge people double unless it is Al. But it's really changed a lot. The vending landscape has. The shows are, if you haven't done it, I would suggest doing it still. It is a different world. You do kind of feel a little bit more powerful being on the other side of the table. But in reality, you really don't have that much power anymore. You could just be on the other side and just say no. There's a lot of vendors out there that are getting desperate for cash and they're asking for buyouts pretty quickly.
Oh.
I do have about every single show on Sundays. At the end, I have about 4 or 5 vendors that come and ask me if I can buy them out.
Wow.
And that part kind of stinks because I'm like, well, it obviously didn't work out for you and you needed to take something home. But you got to have a wide range of cards. You can't just have modern cards. You can't just have vintage cards. The vintage cards need to be pristine and clean. You got to have unique mid-era. If you don't have unique mid-era, you won't be a successful vending table.
Yeah, and it's funny
That's
too
pretty
that you mentioned
unique.
that
I gotta step away for
because
just a second here.
okay, because like when I go to a show, like we typically go with something specific in mind to start with. And so the last show we went to, I had one card in mind that I was looking for, and it was a mid-era. It was I believe it was a Generations card, and it was the full art, the team, I don't remember. Anyway, it was a full art trainer, and I couldn't find it anywhere. Like I was not seeing a whole lot of mid-era. We were seeing vintage, and we were seeing mostly new stuff, and all the big stuff. You're always going to see your Zards, your MBs, your whatever. But it was a real struggle to find any like of the mid-era stuff that I was looking for. So
yeah,
it's
the mid-era is where your money is.
That's interesting.
Because people don't understand that the reverse hollows in mid-era are quite expensive. A lot of people will just throw this to the side because they're just not educated when it comes to mid-era itself, because they're like, oh, it's a reverse hollow, it has to be not much. But I mean, some of those reverse hollows for not even your most common Pokemon, like your Squirtle and stuff, they're still $70-$80 a pop in reverse hollows.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
The reverse Imakuni in Generation card is like, the last time I looked was like $15.
Yeah. No, it's mid-era is a lot of fun. It's a dangerous game because it's all low pop, so there's not a lot of cards of it out there.
Yeah.
But it definitely it makes you different on the vending circuit when you have more mid-era, because it's cards that people will walk by and like, oh, I didn't know that existed.
Yeah.
Especially full art trainers. A lot of people don't sell full art trainers. That's my niche market is full art trainers. I literally collect full art trainers because I'd rather have a whole table worth of full art trainers and then have modern slot because no one else is carrying full art trainers, and I want them to be like, oh yeah, that guy over there has the full arts. When
Yeah.
other vendors are pointing to you to finish out their deals, that's when you know you're doing good.
Heck yeah. So Alec has actually got two questions, and I wanted to back up to the first one. He's like, let me go back and find it. He asked, can you spot the scalpers? Like, do they have a
Yeah,
certain look about them?
yeah, they all have a little bit of a look about them. They all have a cross bag with them, normally of a Louis Vuitton kind of style bag. But most of the time, they don't know how to make eye contact. Most of them are too ashamed to kind of look at you directly when asking for the stuff. But I work with scalpers. I'm not gonna lie. Scalpers bring in product that I need on the shelf sometimes.
Yeah.
Now I don't buy the super modern stuff. Like the scalpers that come around and they're like, "Do you want any of this?" And I said no, but I was like, if you have Dragon Ball Z, if you have My Little Pony, for instance, Naruto, or any V unions, I'm like, if you guys see that out and about, please grab it. I'll give you market value for it when you come to me with it. So
Nice.
it's like give and take with the scalpers. I don't buy their big products, but you can really tell who a scalper is because you see them all the time.
Yeah.
It's not like a one and done thing. You start to realize that, hey, this person's around every single week with the same exact product, and it's normally product that just released that week. You know who the scalper is pretty quickly.
Right. Okay. And then he also asked, now that you're a shop owner, how has that affected your personal collection?
I don't PC Pokemon anymore. It did affect my personal collection quite a lot. I master set his Snorlax. I had every single Snorlax ever made in English and Japanese,
Holy
and I ended
cow.
up selling all of it off
No.
to help fund the store. And then I don't collect any Pokemon anymore for myself, other than like unique promos, like the Chicago Museum promo right now that came out with the archaeology one. Like I'll keep some of that stuff.
Was that a jumbo?
No, it was a small one.
Oh,
It's just a stamp. It's nothing crazy,
got you.
but it is cool. But I do PC Star Wars now. So basically, I don't PC Pokemon anymore, but I do PC Star Wars.
Okay.
But yeah, it is very hard to PC your own collection while owning a brick and mortar because you really have to be able to separate the two.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's got to be kind of, I don't know, I guess depressing to think that, well, that, you completely sold out your entire PC collection, obviously to fund something that you're passionate about, but it, it almost kind of removed you from the hobby in a way, I guess.
It did. Um, I think that's kind of why I started playing the game more often, is because that was my way to get back into the passion of Pokemon was by playing the card game itself instead of collecting the card game now.
Wow. Okay. Well, that's, yeah, like I said, it's kind of a bummer, but I definitely see where you're coming from with it. So you're like, now I
It's
just have
just
a whole store full of it.
yeah, I have a full store of it now. I mean, there's pieces that come around once in a while. I'm like, okay, that would be really cool to keep. However, I don't know where to put it, kind of a deal. Like, do I just put it right back in the display case in front of me? Like, I have a heavy jungle pack that I bought the other day. Like, do I
Well,
keep it for myself or do I sell it? Like,
you sell it to
I don't
Al
know.
so he can give it to me. He's not here to
Al is
sell
one of my top consumers.
stuff. No, yeah, I bet. I mean, honestly, like I know for a fact
I'm
that
here.
whenever you get your online store going, you will have so many customers just from this community here. Like I said,
Al's been
I buy a lot of like the bulk stuff. If I can't pull it, like we only open a specific amount, and from there we just start buying the singles. And a lot of those singles are, reverses or comment, things like that we might need. And, I've
Yeah,
only
your
got
TCG
really,
store, you'd be doing it right now.
Yeah.
yeah, but he's doing it
Well,
smart.
so like, yeah, the EX cards that everyone kind of chases for, I keep those to the back. If you are a card player of the game or like poke pads and stuff, and you're trying to complete a deck for like Pokemon League, I have a box that's specifically for them, where they can come in and pull pieces to complete their deck. There's cards in there from $20 and below. But I don't put those on TCG Player. I don't put those on the actual floor. I leave those just for the players alone so they can build their decks.
Yeah.
Which is nice, but like I also have reverse hollows and stuff. But I also am at a point where I have 3,000 EXs where I probably should just put them online. So that's why I hired an employee. We hired an employee to put those online for us now. So
Yeah, for sure. I know. The EXs they're like the cheapest the cheapest not so bulk that you can have.
yep.
I have a whole binder full of nothing
I
but EXs, and I'm like, whoever needs these, please just tell me.
see. Then I have a person that yesterday or 2 days ago that bought every single jungle card that I had left on my TCG store. I had like 200 of them, and they bought every single one of them. And I don't know how to feel about that. I don't
Somebody's gonna
know. I
resell
mean,
those.
they're all really crisp and cleaned, but like, I'm just like, you bought 20 of the same card. Like, you
Yeah.
bought 20 pharaohs. Like, I don't know how to feel about that because it's on the TCG store. So at the same time, I'm like, I don't get a feeling of who I'm selling this to, and it felt dirty. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, that's because, that person, if he's buying 20 of the same card, he's going to turn around and put it on his own store or whatever,
Yeah.
vend it. And who knows? Who knows? Rafa says it's an EX special.
Do need to do an
Ow.
EX special.
Damn it, ow.
Yeah, do it on here? Oh, I can't. Hold on.
Sure.
Is it on here?
Nope, I don't hear it.
Guess who?
Nope.
Nope.
No, got it.
Don't be doing all that.
Daddy, chill.
Ugh. Here we go with the soundboard.
I'm not Ernie.
Daddy, chill. Jesus. Yeah, so
I'm snacking real quick. Well,
yeah. And honestly, I think if yeah, I really think that once you get your online store going, that I mean, you'll have my business for sure. I know that, but
she already
like
supports Missouri by supporting Josh's cards.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Josh is the standard in Kansas City.
Yeah.
He's who I strive to be.
I do a lot of ordering from Josh's cards, and I'll order anywhere from 40 to 100 cards just about every time I order from them. And I check their site every couple of weeks to see, because I'm still getting, some reverses from like the Sword and Shield stuff and Sun and Moon and XY, and it's just easier for me to go in and buy cards rather than rip these packs that are, more than $20 a pack. Like I want to complete Steam Siege, but I'm not trying to pay $20 for a pack of Steam Siege.
Yeah, when the whole set, the master, is like $75.
Exactly. But hey, you know what? I love Steam Siege. I'm
I do too.
I'm definitely getting into the XY era a little bit more now.
Because that's the Gardevoir, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Say Steam Siege and Crimson Invasion's Giovanni. Those were the two I ripped when I really started getting back into it.
Yeah.
Crimson Invasion is even cheaper.
I mastered Evolutions without ever opening a single pack.
So let me chime in on the XY Evolutions thing, because it is one of that boggles my mind. Yeah. The complete set for XY Evolutions is what, $1,200-$1,400 to complete now, probably. Back in the day, it was like $800-$900, because the Charizard itself is what, $150. It's the best card.
Yeah.
But an ETB of XY Evolutions will run you $3,000.
Yeah, and that's
That's
where
9 packs.
it's crazy, and that's where I'm
It,
like,
it does.
like, why rip
300 bucks or 800 bucks.
Is that what it is? $800 right now to complete that set.
All right, so if you guys go to Corey, make sure you not to buy the ETB of Evolutions.
I don't have any more. I sold all those at Collecticon a couple years ago.
That's a buy and keep it sealed for investment purposes, or just for having in your sealed collection.
Do you open up Pokemon Center boxes?
Typically when we order ETBs, I try to get 2 so that we can open 1 and then keep the other sealed. So yes, I do like to open because I like to keep the promos. Most of the time I'll keep them sealed. If we open more than one PC ETB, like we got really lucky and we ended up with 4 Ascended PC ETBs and we opened 3. So, I got to keep 2 of those promo packs sealed, and then I got to put both promos in my promo binder.
Let me see. I'll gladly sell you my ETB for 2,000.
I need Paldean Fates or Paldean Evolved from you is what I need.
You already did that. You already suckered me out of a booster box, and a kid pulled the magic carp out of it.
Yeah, 2 packs in. I feel so bad about that. Mike, yeah. I had a customer come in. He was a 13-year-old customer, and he was looking for Obsidian Flames. And this is kind of a question for you guys. This is why I don't get sometimes. The Pokemon Center Obsidian Flames runs for what, $715 because of the promo itself. The Fusion Strike, one of the goated sets is Sword and Shield era. Pokemon Center ETB runs for like $560. Would you rather own a goated Pokemon Center Fusion Strike or a C tier Obsidian Flames Pokemon Center ETB? Both Pokemon Center.
Oh, it's just sad. I would probably get the Obsidian Flames just because I'm kicking my own ass about not having and buying more Fusion Strike Pokemon Centers when I could have had the opportunity, because that thing was open and up till probably right at Surging Sparks. Whenever the big boom hit, they were still selling Fusion Strike ETBs.
And you can tell how much the promos changed the game of ETBs, because Sword and Shield era didn't have promos in it. And other than Shiny Fates, which it wasn't even a stamped promo, it was just a promo. And Sword and Shield will always have a place in my heart. I thought it was a really great set, but I look up there and I see the 715 for an awful set. Obsidian Flames, in my opinion, it may be. I have it as an F tier, but you have Fusion Strike over there as an A and S tier for $200 less, and the kid's like, well, what do I want to spend my money on? And I'm like, Fusion Strike. And he's like, well, I want the Obsidian Flames. I'm like, okay.
Wow. Here you go. I don't know. I mean, it's arguable. I mean, take out the fact of the set being so small and the chase being easy to get, but if you take a look at both of the chases, I mean, I still like the Charizard art.
The Charizard art's cool, but do you chase a Mew and a Gengar set, or you change for a game or
look at that
Charizard?
Shattered glass gothic emo feeding into our, daggum, not Blink 182. We were stuck on that the other day. What other musicians are there? But either way, I love that.
And that was one of the first cards that took off during the surge that happened last year. Yeah, that card was about $50. Because I remember I was in Oklahoma City vending last year, and that card was about $50 a pop. And I bought like 6 or 7 because they came across my table. And then now it popped like 2 days later to $90, and it got up to 120, and then it went back down to 90, but now it's gone back up again. That was one of the very first cards, in my opinion, when the real big boom that happened last year was that card.
I don't know. I think since surging spurks, the
Sparks.
hobby hasn't been the way it's been. So that was the last time I bought a case. That I was able to buy a case for.
That was probably the last
Anyways,
time you could
buying
get
it
more
by
than one
myself.
ETB.
Buying
Yeah.
by myself. Because now I have to go to Josh's and my girlfriend gets 1, 2, and then I get 1 or 2, and then we figure it out and get a couple others from someplace else, and I still do the breaks, but it's a nightmare.
Speaking of like Josh's, because one of the guys was asking about distro issues. My distro for Pitch Black, for my cost and everything, for me to break even on my distro is $95 in ETB.
Huh?
And Mark, yeah, because that's how much distro and allocation was costing me to purchase it to get my allocation. And I have to eat that money because if I want to get in line again, I have to be able to pay that. Now, I don't think it's going to be happy. I think they thought Pitch Black was going to be more than they did. But that's the part that stinks is I have to sell that product at 75, 80 bucks. I mean, I can market at 80, but even 80, I'm still, 10% over market?
Yeah,
And
went down.
I can't list my product at $95. I would be laughed out of business. I would get put on the Kansas City Pokemon threads on Facebook and just get made fun of. But that's the hard part about allocation distro sometimes is I don't have the wiggle room. Sometimes it's cheaper for me to buy it secondhand at a percentage and then resell it than it is to buy it from allocation. But yeah, that's just I wanted to point that out.
Mary. Sorry.
No, you're good. Yeah. What's up? What is that? Where's that? No. What, really? How? When? Next year?
Yep.
Oh, let's go. Oh my God.
Just came through.
Holy cow. I guess I know where we'll be next year.
Mary, you got a room? To fill you guys all in, that was card party dates for next year. They just got it released, I guess. So,
I'm choking on my own spit.
Tennessee was the last location I just now released, so that's actually funny. If you guys don't know,
yeah.
Mary lives like a hop and skip away from there, so. But they won't come to KC, which is smack down in the middle of the freaking U.S.
That is so exciting. Yay! Yes!
Yeah, that is pretty cool, though. Mary, turn City Collectibles, if you go to the bottom right of his name, turn his volume down to like 76.
Okay. I apologize. I was working, doing some stuff where I've got all kinds of stuff going on at work. For whatever reason, today is the day.
Pretty freaking stoked. Awesome.
That is awesome. Hell yes. So exciting.
Ernie says the guy that does have allocations for distro was way better than expected on the 30th. So that's going to be fun.
I haven't heard anything on my 30th allocation yet, which more than likely points to that I'm probably not going to get any. But we're leaning heavily on Delta. I think Delta will be the first one that we really can strive in to get pre-orders and stuff done. So
DP4 Iowa Dollar General parking lot. Well, I hope y'all can get it as soon as possible because that 30th is going to be such a crazy set when it comes out. People are going to be jumping all over it. I'm going to try not to freak out over it, but I'm hoping I can find some places that I can get some product because I still want my own stash, in my background, and then I do want to rip it open because, yeah, that set's going to be freaking amazing. Amazing.
be interesting how much they print that one.
I hope they print it to oblivions. See, I'm the guy that doesn't care about the value aspect of sealed product and everything because eventually it will go up, but I hope that they print it to oblivion, like I said.
Our
Sorry, I'm
business
all.
strategy is built around Pokemon tanking. So basically, for us to be successful still, even if the market were to crash, we will be okay because we're invested into the TCG side of the playing games more than the actual collectible side. So
Do you want to buy? Do you want to buy a collection round? I got some stuff in my background that I'll let go. Half my ATBs.
you want me to buy your Gengar right now?
No, my ETBs.
I don't see your ETBs.
Why ain't you coming over yet? This is too deep, bro.
You've never invited me.
Too deep, too deep. But then also this stuff.
Why don't you sell me the generation stuff?
That right there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no.
That's like
Hold on now, Corey, because some of that generation stuff I'm saving up my mod points for.
hell yeah. No, I gotta buy her a collection box whenever it gets down to it when she has enough mod points.
Yep. I've only got like 1,800 more points to get. That's like 2 years.
2 years of getting up the mod points.
No, I really like right now I'm actually trying to master generations, and so I really like the generations, like the mythical boxes. It's just got like the 2 packs and the one promo. And I haven't quite decided which one I want more, but yeah, that's what I'm saving my points up for.
Which more? All right, so you're excited more about Delta Rain than 30th?
For my business, I am. For the business, I am.
Okay. Yeah.
So 30th doesn't have any like pre-release events like the TCG games or like draft classes or draft boosters or anything like that, where Delta will. So we'll be able to do, pre-release events. We'll be able to do TCG gameplay. We'll be able to do stuff like 2 weeks prior to the release of Delta at the store itself, like draft booster classes and everything. So that is what I'm excited for. Where 30th is cool, but there is no hype of that aspect for a brick and mortar like there is for Delta.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna go down the Korean road with the
Mary's just
Delta
like,
Ring.
oh my god, right now in a moment with the I should have not released
With the
that
card
information
party,
to you.
yeah, dude. I'm already like planning everything out in my head for this next year.
Should have not.
Dude,
Oh,
so excited.
that's
Oh my
awesome.
god.
All right,
Sorry.
let's go back to the storefront for Corey because he's our spotlight person.
I
And then
know.
also anybody in chat, 20 people here. Make sure throw out some questions. This is a guy that owns a store right now, and if you guys have any dang questions, throw them out there too.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I have to step away for like 5 seconds, so. Burb.
Doing a commercial break real quickly.
All right, guys. Thank you for tuning in. We have FCC, Fountain City Collectibles here. My boy Corey, which we always bug if you guys have tuned into any of my Sunday live streams, we always throw out his phone number. If anybody can do that right now,
Please don't. Please
you
don't.
guys will be entered in a giveaway. Welcome in, Anya. Will.i.am said his ascended for 284. Why? Is it the Japanese version? Let me see. Ernie, what? Staff promo. I don't know what you're talking about. Corey, what was your? Oh, hey, here's a good topic of a discussion. What about? So you said that you're in between a fire station and some office buildings. Like, Did you have a scare recently, or did you get stolen from yet?
I did. I made a horrible mistake of myself. I opened up one of my display cases and I turned my head for a moment, about 3 seconds, and at this point I'm starting to assume this dude's a professional stealer, a criminal. He replaced one of the cards that he was looking at and moved the cards over to look like he didn't takes the two cards. Basically, he swiped $1,000 sports card from me right underneath my nose, which was a big deal. It's a huge profit loss. So,
And so,
we were able.
And go ahead and finish that real quick. I have a topic for everybody else about that.
Oh,
But
yeah, I was able to. I had to report it because it was a felony. It was over $1,000 for the card. We reported the slab to PSA as stolen. We did the police report number and everything. However, I ended up recovering the card in another sports card store in Salina, Kansas, which is about 5 hours away from here. Ended up having the card, and they listed on eBay. And I talked to the gentleman. I got the card back. The issue was, though, is he also, from the same guy, had $3,000 worth of cards stolen from him as well. And he ended up getting the driver's license, the ID, and the information of the guy. So we were able to at least track some information down on him. However, we were finding out that the ID was more than likely fake. But I did recover the card. I did pay a finder's fee for the card back to kind of supplement the costs on the guy. However, because I had to do it via eBay, the last comp sell on this card, and it is a Pop 101, sold for like $350 when the value of the card is closer to $1,000. So now I have to work with eBay and Card Ladder and 130 Point to remove the listing or notate it as an outlier.
He sold it to eBay?
The guy that he sold it to a guy, and the guy put it on eBay.
Oh my god.
So I have to get those.
He took it to another store and sold it, or was it like a person-to-person sale?
No, he took it to another store and sold it, and but at that same store, though, I guess I didn't do this, but they left him alone because they had to go get cash at the bank, and the other guy left him alone in the front counter with him, and he went behind the counter and stole about $3,000 worth of product from them, and didn't realize it until after they left. And according to the police department, they were not able to file a police report because they didn't know what product was technically stolen, even though about $3,000 of product was stolen. So every weekend before I close down, I take pictures of every single card in the shop.
Yep.
For insurance purposes.
Yep.
That's a good idea. That's crazy. And so a lot of these times this was a little less of a, tragic story, as you could say. But when it goes out to all these people that's listening right now and everything, is that all these people put their blood, sweat, and tears to these shops and everything. And if you take $1,000 loss, it's not as easy as going, oh, we'll just go through insurance and get this money back and stuff like that. Because if you're going through insurance, that means that you're going to have to pay the deductible. You're going to have to, also do all these other side quests for it. And then your insurance goes up probably. And then now you're in kind of a worse pinch anyways. Just over $1,000. It financially, storefronts, they're not playing for, oh, I'm going to save $500 by doing this, this first month. No, they're when you're opening and operating a store, you're wanting to look at the, 6 months analysis and all that stuff. And you're looking down the road, and it's going to hurt the business way more than just that, that one-time thing that you're going to walk away with, a card that you really want. So it's stupid whenever people steal from other businesses and stuff, especially with like from you, Corey, because you guys are like just stop it, starting out and being kind of like one of the better shops around in KC because you guys don't, you know, hustle for the grind of, making the most money out of your products. You just want to also, help out the community and stuff like that. And that's why I like you. And I care about your guys' shop and stuff like that. And I want to see you guys. And now you guys have my business, So
Bailey
I just
said
hate to
that's
see
why
that.
he only steals from Walmart and Target. He's clearly
Yeah,
joking.
I get that. I never have personally, but I know people that do that often with Walmart and Target.
Oh my
But
god.
the gentleman had a $7,000 card in his hand out that he switched out and stole the $1,000 card. I would have noticed the $7,000 card was missing. But if
Yeah.
he had taken the $7,000 Ronaldo card and stolen it, that would have been absolutely devastating for us starting out. It would have broken us because your margin for error is so slim starting out. And so I am thankful that he did what he did in the $1,000 one and not the $7,000 one. But people are dicks, and it shouldn't have been that way.
There are appendages out there. Yeah, I just started my online store and everything like that for my channel, and that's kind of the backseat thought of everything. Whenever I started thinking about it, because everything that I sold was, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, which I always did friends and family, so you couldn't ever get that money back, for anybody that was trying to do like chargebacks and stuff like that. So now, since I'm in an online store, literally I'm subjected to chargebacks and stuff like that. So, and that was something I had to think very heavily on before starting mine, and can't wait for my first one. So,
Dude,
oh man, that's gonna be exciting.
I hope it doesn't ever happen, but I feel like if you've ever owned a shop, at some point you've had someone try to do a chargeback.
Yep. We have a lot of people that come in now because we have tap to pay, and I ask for ID now. Basically, you can shuffle a bunch of, I don't know what they're doing. This has happened twice now. They basically come in, they look for product under $2,000, and they're on the phone with somebody, and they pull up their Apple Wallet and they just shuffle through cards until one of the cards goes through. And it's crazy because one time we had a gentleman try that. The card got declined because the technology is correct. And the guy actually called into the shop and he's like, "Why are you running my card?" And I was like, "What do you mean?" He goes, "You just ran my card and it got declined. That card's been shut off for months." And so I was like, "Oh, okay." And it wasn't even for that much money. And so what these guys do though is basically, instead of stealing your wallet and using your debit card information, they just basically create mobile wallets and they just shuffle through the cards itself until one of them goes through. And it's really, yeah, it's horrible. But I'm starting to pick up on what those guys do. They all kind of do the same exact thing.
So
But yeah, there's a lot of scummy people.
Is there something you can do to kind of avoid that? Like, can you just say, like, I need a physical card? You can't use Apple Pay or your wallet pay or anything like that?
I could, but we are a cashless store. So I tried to push the cashless side of it. So that is the risk that we do. As long as I ask for the ID, normally they'll be like, "Oh, I left it in my car." Like the last guy said, I left it in my car. It never came back.
Gotcha.
I have my camera system in my store is like a Vegas casino. Like everything's done. So once I see the ID, my camera sees it in 8K. And so I have that information for the guy if that needs to. But the issue with that is this is how the system in the world works. It's not really our fault or the person stealing's fault either. It's basically going to rely on Visa or Discovery and their insurance to collect the money.
Right.
So if I were a scammy business owner, which I'm not, I could have said whatever, just keep running the card. It doesn't matter until it goes through because I'm getting my profit. Doesn't matter. The insurance on the car is going to take care of it.
Yeah.
But we don't operate like that, and we request for ID on purchases over a certain amount. So
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that kind of makes me wonder. I mean, I guess like at our LCS, I used to be able to use like Cash App, and they stopped doing that a while ago. And I'm just curious to know if that's something that they're trying to do for, to avoid the the theft too.
yeah, that's always going to be there. But the problem is insurance makes it so easy to do it, and they'll just hike your insurance money up. And it's
Right.
just they just recover it on that side. So
Wow.
that's why your banks
You,
charge you premiums now for accounts.
Yeah.
great. Did you just recently get a business bank account, or have you had one?
I've had one. I've had two LLCs. So I had an LLC for my old before I met my business partner Ryan. I had an LLC called Be Royal Collectibles. It was with my buddy in Albuquerque, New Mexico. If you're ever doing any type of vending, any type of sales over $5,000 in general for the year, I always tell you to get an LLC. Because if you're like consigning cards for somebody or you're buying or selling and you get sued, you don't want that coming out of your personal account. You want that coming out of the LLC. So it's just the best thing to do for you is to open up an LLC. It's worth the $15. So I have a business account.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. I have multiple
$15 to
business
get that.
accounts. So
Damn liar. Sorry.
what was your
I
LLC
spent
cost?
600, 700.
Through Kansas?
I went through people that made it straight and narrow and easy.
Oh, that's why you paid so
I'm
much.
not going through and searching for documents I don't know anything about, and then whenever stuff is due or needs to be handled, they are going to be doing all the handling. So
Yeah.
and filing.
Yeah. Thankfully, I knew about a lot of that stuff from my previous work. So
15
I wish I
bucks.
did.
wish you had
Sorry.
told me. I would have done it for you.
Sad like. If I need to open up a business account, where should I open up a business account at?
We are at Chase Bank because they have the lowest fees. When it comes to business accounts, credit unions are not the way to go. Credit unions are the ones that typically have a larger per cash fee.
Tiger pays $800 a year in California, so that ought to make you feel a little bit better, Al.
Oh, thank God. I was just thinking, because someone actually told me to go through
Hey, how are
a
you?
credit union.
Oh.
What
Hold
happened?
on. Sorry, guys.
No worries.
I'll be right back.
Yep. Oh,
Say you're gonna be right back.
yeah. Yeah.
Why?
Why what?
So you really stoked? What? I wonder if the.
Oh my
Let me see.
God, dude. Stoked does not even begin to describe the feeling I have right now.
Oh man,
That is
that's
so
awesome,
exciting.
Tiger.
Blue Vine.
Yeah, someone told me to go through a credit union, so that's what I might be doing.
A credit
I'm also
union.
gonna be off of work, so I'm probably gonna be streaming a lot.
Yes,
So.
you will. You gotta make that money.
Yeah, so I'm gonna be turning into a ripping gripper or ripping flipper, ripping.
Rip and shipper.
There you go. I was gonna do that probably. I'll open
Hey.
some One Piece while we wait.
Yeah, why don't you rip something for fun while we. Oh, there he's back.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah. Sorry. I have two ladies that I have met. They're both retired, and I believe they're both pushing 80. they go to garage sales and they buy things and they talk
Go to
to
your
me
shop
all the
real quick.
time.
I'm gonna open up 8
Go to
packs. Get to your shop real quick.
and open up 8 packs.
Yeah, I'm opening up 8 packs.
What do I need to go to my shop for?
To show off your shop. And then seeing if anybody wants anything.
I don't have much right now. But
Character,
she
personality, you don't got those?
no. But she called me. She had a 1962 stamped Mickey Mantle card that she just found in a garage sale, and she wanted to show it off to me. It was just cute. So I put them on. I always put them priority, and my mom priority, and my wife on priority. So when they called, I was like, I will talk to them because the stuff that they find for me is really cool.
Bonkers.
Like they came across a box of bootleg counterfeit Thailand 1999 fake Pokemon cards. And it was one of the
Wow.
coolest things I've ever seen. And they're like, are these worth anything? People keep telling me they're not worth anything. And I'm like, to the right person, they're worth something. So I ended up buying them. So
Heck yeah. Open out One Piece. Do you
Where's
collect One
Daddy?
Piece too, Corey?
yeah, I do. I'm a gooner.
You're a gooner.
Yeah, I'm a pretty big gooner.
Mihawk. Moda, hey girl.
I don't know anything about One Piece.
Rakita's hey girl. Ah, sweet. Tony Tona
That's a
Choppa.
cute card though. Elf babies.
Jin. Nothing on that one.
Yeah, it was pretty weak.
It's pretty weak, yeah. Well, we'll keep on going, and then
Yeah.
anytime that maybe at the end I'll do this. Also, just Corey, if you watch my Sunday live stream, and this goes out to anybody else that's listening, is I'll have a different overlay. I just bought the what
Oh
is that called?
yeah.
Yeah.
I can't remember what
Mid
it's
price.
I wasn't there for all of that information, but
I was talking to the dude, the developer last night, and he was in the call with us in the Discord chat, and
can
he ran me through all the stuff that I was able to do and everything. And so now, whenever I have cards that I am giving away or pulling for people or whatever, not which this would be great for claim sales, but it'll pull up the price and pop reports and stuff like that on it.
and which would be
Just by
great for
me.
people too, like Tiger, you might want to be there on Sunday to check it out too, for vending purposes, because I think they're working on a mobile app too. And it's like it's instant, like you just show the card and it just instantly pops up with all this information on your screen. It's crazy.
Definitely changed the whatnot game.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be. Oh, bro, that should be like a. Man, we should have told him. Be like, hey, that should be 100%. In order to have your account live or active, you should have that enabled at all times
Absolutely. Oh
for
my God.
transparency.
Yeah, because you have those guys that are selling cards for 20% over market because people don't do their research.
Yeah.
And they're trying to move it as quickly as possible.
Yep. I do not like
Keep it going.
whatnot. It scares the crap out of me.
I used to be on it heavily. Now I'm just on it for vintage books.
Like
Vintage books.
books are
Wait,
fine.
sorry.
You can tell I have ADD. Things that I collect are stupid. Robert Frost is one of my favorite authors. So anytime anybody comes across vintage books, hardbounds and stuff, I bookmark them to see if the Robert Frost book will come across.
Oh.
Or Frank
What
Herbert.
What
Those.
Robert Frost book are you looking for?
Frank Herbert's the one right now I'm looking for. It's Dune.
Oh.
The original Dune first edition.
Oh, gotcha. That's cool.
Yeah.
I like reading, but I'm
So.
definitely not a classic kind of reader. I'm more of a
Kill a Mockingbird? To Kill a Mockingbird?
Dune is one of the favorite reads that I've ever done, because he starts to lose his brain in real life, as the older he gets, and it like starts to trip out into like LSD world,
Oh,
and you can start to see it in the older books, like it's the last books that he wrote, because he starts to lose it in the writing, and you can really see it, and it's kind of cool to read it in that from that mentality view of it.
I mean, that would be pretty intriguing.
Yeah, then he dies, but then his
Oh.
son takes over and he's trash. But yeah,
Oh my god.
Flashing card.
Buck likes Dune. Does anybody in the chat have any questions they want to throw out there for Corey? Now would be a great time to ask those questions. I know Habit was asking good questions. Alec was asking some good questions. Tiger would probably have some good questions.
I got an
He said
alt art earlier. Boa Hancock.
that's a big one.
Nico Throbbin.
Nico's another one that people chase.
So what when you were collecting Pokemon, what was your like grail? What was your ultimate chase card?
Snorlaxes were big, but the one that I still want to this day and I still can't find it. Do you know when they did a Team Rocket suitcases this 2 years ago with like the boxes and everything inside of it?
Yep.
Team Rocket, Japanese one?
Yeah. So they did an English, I mean, they did not an English one. They did another one of those in 2016. And it has a Giovanni, Jesse James, Persian, alt art, full art of them. And I really, really want one. It's very, very expensive.
Yes, it is.
I have seen a PSA 10 of it and a PSA 9. The PSA 10 goes for about 30,000. The PSA 9 goes for about $6,000. That is my chase. That is my holy grail. That is the card I want.
Those are good
and
cards.
then, yeah. And then any Sun and Moon trainers. Those are the ones that I go for the most. So like the Whitneys, the Shaunas, the Lilies. I actually have a tattoo of Nessa on me, so I am like that is, yeah.
I was thinking Paldean Fates, Nessa.
Yep. One of my favorite cards is Team Aqua Kyogre because of the trainer on it. It's one of my favorites, which I just bought the other day. I just got a new one of those in.
Hell yeah.
Awesome.
But yeah, no, that would be if there was a Holy Grail chase card out there, it would be the Team Rocket Giovanni with Jesse James card on there. I wish I had a photo of it, but you guys should Google it. It is one of the most gorgeous cards you can find.
Tiger's calling it Giovanni's Scheme.
Giovanni's Scheme from Christmas, Crimson Invasion. Yeah, that one's that's kind of okay, but that's a really cheap card. It's like $5.
What did Tiger said? Can I get a TDLR on Corey? I came in late, so give me that and I'll ask some. Cause I always got good questions.
TDLR. I'm old.
Too late to the party?
Okay.
I don't know.
I don't know. The lowdown. Yeah, I get the low.
The down.
I am.
Okay. Somebody tell me what TDLR means, because in the what?
We're all boomers here, so too long didn't read. Isn't that what TDL did? Yeah, too long didn't read.
Oh, TLDR. Okay, because TDLR in my business is like all the ramps and grab bars in bathrooms. So gotcha. Okay, so Tiger, he owns a brick and mortar in Kansas City, Missouri. He also vends.
Yeah, Misery.
Yeah. So yeah, he's just asking like basically what's the lowdown.
Oh, yeah, I'm just a card lover that opened up a brick and mortar after vending for way too long and kind of retiring from the vending circuit. I only do about 2 shows a
See you
quarter
next
now.
weekend.
Yep, that's my favorite show is next weekend. It's I was the second Pokemon vendor at that show ever, and now it's like 85% Pokemon at that show.
Oh wow.
Thank God.
Yeah, I always look back at my photos from my very first show, and I had a Paldea Evolved booster box on my table there for what was it, $75?
Are you serious?
Yeah, that's what was going, man. I couldn't even get people to take. This is how bad Pokemon was 4 years ago. Lost Origin packs. I couldn't even get people to take Lost Origin packs from me. I was giving Lost Origin sealed sleeve packs to kids because no one would want it for $3.
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, and now I'm sitting here and I wish I didn't do any of that, but
I love Lost
because I had
Origin.
sealed cases of that stuff. I used to flip pallets back in the day, and I would buy Pokemon pallets because no one bought them at a place called Cargo Largo in Kansas City. And I would take that product and take it to the shows and flip it. But I had 2 sealed cases of Lost Origin sleeve booster packs, and I remember I could not get anybody to take them. They just could not sell, and I was just giving them away for free. And now I'm like, ugh. But things have changed since then.
Yes, they have. That's pretty impressive. That is very
Yeah.
impressive.
That's
What's
how
your
much the
bet?
vending circuit's changed.
Do you think Bondi is overreacting on its ever expanding IPs?
No,
Good
I
question.
think
Good question.
they've created a. I think
They make
Bandai's done a
cards
really.
well.
Yeah, they make cards well. They're a lot like White Shorts. White Shorts has been around for a long time too. They make a high quality print card. They have multiple IPs within their brand itself. I think, as I even explained this to you, explained it. I relevant. I mean, I spoke to them as White Schwartz and not their IPs. And I think Bandai is going to be that way because you have One Piece, you have Gundam, you have other products within Bandai, but at the same time, they're all going to say the Bandai product. And I think Bandai has done a really good job of being the front part of their printing quality that it's okay that they keep expanding their IP.
Yeah, what is an IP?
And it's just basically their brand.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, their intellectual property.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So Bandai has done a really good job with obviously the 30th anniversary is coming out for Pokemon. That is the talk for everything, is the 30th Pokemon. So, but people kind of forget that Yu-Gi-Oh is announcing their serialized cards will be dropping here at the same time as 30th anniversary, which will take a dip in the Pokemon. But Bandai is also coming out with the collection series. They're also changing up the TV series as well. They have a new TV series that's dropping where they basically take all the fluff out, and OP17 is coming out, which just massive hits. So Pokemon was like, we're going to go ahead and destroy Q3, which is the fall. And Bandai's like, you know what? We're going to get into the game too, and we're going to throw a heavy haymaker back at Pokemon for this. So I think Bandai's done a really good job of staying relevant in a heavy Pokemon world. Because Bandai could have fell off with OP13. They could have just been like, hey, we had our little surge there. Everyone wanted it, and now we're losing all of our money. But they actually have kept up with Pokemon on sales. And if you're a true flipper collector of value, this may be controversial. I think One Piece is a better option. One Piece is
I just demonstrated it.
Yeah, it's like Gucci versus, Kate Spade. So Kate Spade is Pokemon, like it's a really good quality product, but Bandai and One Piece is going to be high end only product, and they understand that there's a market there for that. So I think One Piece will always be an expensive TCG for the collecting side.
And Naruto.
And
That's what.
Naruto's doing okay. Naruto, it comes down to Naruto's okay, but the TCG game in Naruto isn't good. and that's one thing that One Piece did well, is that the TCG game is beneficial. So a lot of local card stores will carry One Piece because it's a playable game, or Naruto is not as much. So you're not getting in people's backyards and local card shops with that IP of Naruto compared to One Piece.
So there's another streamer that has been pushing Pal World lately, saying that they're convinced that Pal World is going to start getting bigger, and like Pokemon, like nobody really wanted it when it came out. Nobody really wants Pal World right now, but he thinks it's going to blow up. What do you think about Pal World?
The game's fun. I mean, I've played it. I haven't played the new drop since they did that new series 1.0 like a month ago. But my question is for the people that are pushing Pal World is when you play the video game, do you remember any of the Pokemon's names? Because I don't. And I think that comes down to it. Like when it comes to Pokemon, you knew Pikachu, you knew Blastoise, you knew even Ivysaur. Where in Pal World, I don't remember any of the Pokemon or the characters' names from that game. I know that they're looking about bringing out a TCG for it, but
yeah, no, the first box is about to drop, or it already has dropped.
Yeah,
and that's
you know, and that's been
cards.
Yeah, but that's on Gamer Freak, honestly, for Nintendo, for not putting out quality product for years with a massive budget, and that did hurt Pokemon. I think Pokemon in the virtual world of video games did a really bad job.
Yeah. Were you gonna
Savvy's
say
over here now, but no, Savvy said Josh's has a Pal World already.
Oh yeah, but see, Pal World's also not kid friendly.
Is it really?
It's not.
It's not,
because it's Pokemon with guns.
Pokemon with guns. You can have relationships with the Pokemon.
Oh,
like
really?
You can do a lot of weird stuff with it.
Honey, here I come. Somebody copy that.
There is basically it's like Lopunny, but it's like Salzmar. Like the character looks like Salzmar, but it's like a Lopunny character, and it infatuates over you as a Pokemon character, or Pal World character in it, and you can even entrap humans in the Pal World game. It's not a kid friendly game.
Interesting. I had no idea.
Yeah.
No
Fun
idea.
game. Sold hundreds of copies, even though it's on multiple platforms. But again, that comes back to Gamer Freak leaving the door open for somebody to even come in and do that. So.
Wow. Tiger is asking, do you think Magic is about to have a run?
Or
no, Magic's always consistent. Magic people hate collectors. They laugh at people. If you slab a Magic card, they'll laugh you out of a building. Magic people are going to fight with themselves first before they take off. Secret Lair has divided Magic community down the middle. They don't want new IPs. They don't want Furbies. They don't want SpongeBob in their games. They want trolls and giants and raccoons. Until Magic figures out, Final Fantasy. If till Magic figures out their own self, it won't take off in the collector world. But Magic is still the king. At the end of the day, Magic will be the top TCG. You can't run a brick and mortar without Magic.
Right. Okay. Alec just asked, do you have the Magic Thanos card?
So I actually put an offer in for the Magic Thanos card last night. It's running for like $1,400. I'm going to be giving up a Umbreon PSA 10 probably for it. So, so yes, I don't have it, but I am trying for it.
Well, damn.
It's insane to be paying that amount of money for a Magic card that's not even playable. That's the hard part about Magic is it's all based off of playability. So the more playable, the more expensive of the card is. Where in Pokemon, Charizard and Umbreon, they're rarely ever playable cards, but they're the most
Right.
expensive cards.
Right. Yeah, they're in it for the look.
Hmm.
Yup. Wow. That's a good point, because I do have some Magic cards that I enjoy, just the artwork for. And so, but it's not something that I think I could get into because I don't like all the artwork.
Magic's in a weird position right now because some of the artists have been doing AI work or they've been plagiarizing artwork. And for Magic being a community that's so heavily on art, it's kind of got the community base fighting with Magic itself. So,
Huh. Tiger
do
said,
you
"Do you
play
think?"
Magic?
Oh no, no. My husband and son play every now and then. It's not something that they're really into, but every now and then they'll play a game. But
With Connor.
It's a
it's
super fun
pretty
game.
rare. Yeah, yeah. They're trying to learn
Forgot
how
about
to
that.
play Star Wars actually right now, because
It's a very difficult game to play, but a lot of fun.
yeah, we're actually a huge Star Wars family too. So we've also got the Lego and you know the whole nine. So
Yeah.
and those cards are really cool too. Like we've definitely opened some Star Wars cards.
Yeah, Masterworks is my favorite set, and Masterworks was also a $700 box to open up, so it's something that you can't do too often.
Jeez Louise. So Tiger asked, do you think you did better in the bull or bear market in terms of brick and mortar?
Mm, I mean, you kind of got to like just a little bit of both, kind of a deal, because you have to leverage one against the other, or you won't be able to be successful. I would say probably in the bear, because a lot of the stuff that helped me get distribution and allocation was being able to buy product that's super cheap and holding on to it. So when I opened up the store, we had about $200,000 worth of sealed product ready to go, knowing that we wouldn't have allocation or distribution for at least 2 to 3 months. So we were able to buy at a low margin for the last 4 years to create an inventory that would last, sadly, for 2 months. But that wouldn't have been feasible if product was way over market value at the time, where we were able to get, ETBs and booster boxes at $80 and $40 a piece. So we probably benefited better with the bear.
That's amazing still. And that's kind of why I like keeping sealed, because you never know what's going to happen or everything goes up over time and stuff like that. And you can always use it for other branches of avenue. And you used
Mm-hmm.
it to open up a shop, which was your long-term goal anyways.
Yeah. And it sounds bad, but I mean, it took 3 or 4 years to create that inventory for it to be gone in a month. And I was just like, oh, I mean, that was cool to see, but now it's all gone. But it went to better homes.
Yeah.
And a better future for you and your investments.
Yep.
So,
I now use, yeah. My PC collection now is my store. Our store.
You're
It's
turning
just
one investment into another investment, essentially.
Yep. I play TCG Simulator online in real life.
Sealed
is king. That's right, baby.
So Tiger said, I knew the bear market was the answer because that's my struggle currently. Would you have any advice to pass on to Tiger for that?
To be able to a lot of it right now, if you're trying to, you have to weigh other sealed product, I feel, to get to others. Like a lot of people will buy OP13 packs, not even to open it. They'll just use it to trade into Pokemon.
I just hate that there was so much OP13 and then boom, One Piece blew up, and then now I can't find OP13 packs because I was the one that was buying them whenever they're on the thing, and I was leaving like a million because I knew that no one was buying it.
And the market's so high for Pokemon right now is you have to dip your toes into other TCG games that the market is not as high yet to grab it to leverage into Pokemon. Now, I don't really care for people that do this
That's me.
because, yeah, well, no, because they're not buying the cards, the original, they're not buying OP13 to profit off of OP13. They're buying OP13 for something completely different. So the person that actually likes One Piece doesn't get to enjoy it. But you can find OP13 in stores for $5, and you can leverage it into sealed product for Pokemon at $20 a piece and go from there. My biggest thing is if you do trades, always try to do as many trades as you want. Yes, you want to trade in your favor. That's the good thing about having a brick and mortar. But 85% trade, if you continue to do 85% trade, if you do it, 5 times, that next trade technically is a free card. So if you continue trade at 85, do good trades, be smart with your percentages, those cards after a while start to become technically free cards because of the 15% margin keeps piling up.
So
I mean, that's
And
kind of the name of the game right there.
yeah, it's not buying at 80 and selling at 100. It's trading cards.
Tiger is also wanting to get your take on the Final Fantasy TCG after the Magic Final Fantasy collaboration and why it basically did nothing to add interest into the Final Fantasy TCG.
So that comes into the IP plays. Disney's kind of the same way. Well, let's use Star Wars, for instance. Star Wars is going to be more than likely introduced in the Magic world at some point, even though they have their own TCG. Pokemon or Star Wars, Lucasfilms doesn't really care as long as they get their money. So the Final Fantasy sold their IP to a TCG company that creates Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy, however, got their money regardless. So the success of the TCG, knowing that it's probably not going to be the Pokemon level, was still a good investment for them because they don't care, they got paid. Where even if the TCG could be good for Final Fantasy, it doesn't really add any benefit to Final Fantasy's wallet, if that makes sense. They'll just throw their IP on anything. Like Disney has Weiss Schwartz, they have Ravensburg. They used to be part of Wizard. They don't do that anymore, but like they just give their IP out. They don't care who it gets it as long as they keep them within. They don't embarrass their name or likeness, but they'll just sue them regardless if they do anything bad. So that's why you see these TCG games start on Kickstarter but never get really successful because they get the IP address, but they spent so much money on the IP address they didn't invest it into other parts of their business. So more than likely, that's what happened with Final Fantasy is they spent so much money to get the IP Final Fantasy, and they didn't put money into like print quality, marketing, and money of that sorts.
Huh. I didn't even know until like recently that Final Fantasy had its own TCG. I just thought it was something that Magic put out, and then I saw like I had to really look at the actual Final Fantasy packaging to realize it was a Final Fantasy TCG and not the Magic affiliated one. I had no idea.
We're creeping close to another junk wax era when it comes to everyone printing out trading cards again.
Yeah.
Because you have like movies coming out now. Dune again. Dune had its own TCG, not TCG, but it had its own release with Topps. You have the SpongeBob now. You have Naruto. You have every single IP for V Union Arena. You have My Little Pony. You have K-pop Demon Hunter. I mean, you're coming out with all these companies again now that are just printing cards just because it's marketing material and it's what everybody wants right now. But in the end, there's no really big investment into it, which will create another junk wax era, which I think we are getting close to.
And it's really funny that you mentioned that because a couple days ago I stopped into one of our local LCS. It's a LCS/toy store, collectibles kind of store, and my son was like, "Oh, Mom, look, I found Desert Storm cards," and I'm like, "Holy crap!" And then I'm looking, and like there was this whole like shelving unit full of all these cards that they put out in like the I would say late 80s, early 90s, there was, Desert Storm and Good Guy cards and Halloween the movie cards, and there were even like political cards when they were like running for office. Like they were putting out trading
Yep.
cards for presidential candidates. And I
Hmm.
was like, what is all of this? And now that I think about it,
Yeah.
maybe I need to see if I can film a little bit there and do a short on it just because it was so interesting. I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to buy a pack of this and a pack of that and a pack of this, because these are so cool.
If you're in the TCG world, and one thing too, I would highly suggest researching into is Fanatics. Fanatics has a monopoly on the sports side of the world, and then on like your SpongeBob and your IP addresses for Disney and Marvel. Uh, Fanatics is the only one now that has exclusive rights to Disney, Marvel cards, NBA, NFL, MLB, and soccer. Um, and they basically have cornered the market. They can print as much as they want, which they have been printing. They also cornered the market in memorabilia. So any of the uniforms and stuff that they make, even if it's Nike brand, is still a Fanatics product. Fanatics owns all of that, which Fanatics then turns around and owns like PSA, which PSA is owned by Collector, which Collector owns Card Ladder, and it just keeps going down to the fact that at the very, very top, it's just one guy that owns everything.
Oh,
And so that gives you an idea of when to buy and sell in the market is kind of what Fanatics is going to do. Because Fanatics doesn't care. They'll destroy the market if they have to because they're just going to print, 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 print. And but Fanatics owns Topps, which Topps owns everything. So
wow. So I have two questions. I'm going to
yeah,
ask
there's your
the
conspiracy theory.
yeah, that's a big one too. I mean, that guy's sitting pretty right now. He's rich.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I'm going to ask the simpler question first. Do you remember Wyvern and Scratcher TCGs?
I don't think I do
Okay.
because I
Tyler, do
got
you
Ren
want
and
to?
Stimpy in my head right now, but I can't
Oh,
remember why
Ren
I
and
have that in my head.
Stimpy. Remember when Stimpy lost Stinky? Um,
Yes.
so Tiger is also asking, would you say you've passed through the Valley of the Shadow of Cardboard and was it worth it? Would you do it again?
Uh, I don't think I've passed through it yet. I think when I get to a point where I can have pre-orders at my shop for 100+ people is when I would think I would be out of the valley. Uh, I don't know if I was ever really down deep into it. I think I got into it luckily enough beforehand before having to fight uphill the whole time. I think I was lucky just being at the right place in the right time. But I wouldn't say it's not doable right now, but I do notice that there's a lot of local card shops opening left and right everywhere.
Yeah.
Um, and you just got to find your niche. Ours is singles. We want to have the most singles in the Kansas City metropolitan area, and I think we're well close to getting to that point. Um, Basically, it's just you smother the competitors with better quality product.
So what you're saying is I
But
need
I
to
would
just
say
send Al to your
what
store with a camera and just tell him what to buy for me.
yes. And the relationship of being in the valley with a lot of those guys, if there's cards out there that you're looking for, I am very well connected in the vending world after being in it for so long that I can get you that product within a day. If
Amazing.
there's a gold star you're looking for with a serial number that ends with like a 5 or a 0, I can more than likely find it within you pretty quickly.
Wow.
And
Okay.
that's vending on both coasts, doing nationals, doing collecticons, and doing all the big shows, and just meeting those people because when I started, there wasn't a lot of us. There was only like 60 of us at shows. So
So do you do pre-orders now, or is that just something you're looking to do in the future?
something to do in the future. We
Okay.
don't get enough allocation where I feel comfortable enough to do pre-orders.
Okay. Okay. So let me know when you do pre-orders.
Of course, of course.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So Tiger's saying he's got a friend that's about to open his, and His opening day is the 31st. So,
Yeah,
I mean,
it's a good time still. It's just you got a lot of people are going into opening up a card shop with $15,000-$20,000 in profit in their pocketbook. We did a lot of research on this before opening up to find that number. We met with a lot of local people. Like we met with the gentleman at Burbank. We met the guy down at Robert Gonzalez down at Duke City Games. Very large shops, kind of asking, what's the initial investment that we need to be successful? And most of them will tell you it's about $250,000.
yeah.
To be successful as a local card shop, to be able to sustain your influx of people coming into the shop and buying things. Like, you're going to be great. Your first month sales are going to be fantastic. There's nothing saying no against that. But can you get the product back again at a good margin where you can continually sell the product?
Yeah.
That's where it becomes difficult.
How long until Pokemon makes collector's boxes? And I'm assuming like the collector's boxes are like the like how is it Magic that does it? Like the
Yeah, it would be like Magic, and then you have the Carbonite packs with Star Wars Unlimited and everything. I don't think they ever will.
okay.
I don't think that they need it, or there's really a want, because at the end of the day, Pokemon itself knows that the TCG card game is what matters.
Right.
Because yes, it's only 10% of the market, but that 10% of the market is the wheels of the whole vehicle. And I know that for basically Pokemon brokers now, people are investing in SP500. People are putting money into slabs now, investing it just like gold. You can pull loans out on the money too. We're moving into a new world of unknowns when it comes to the investment side of Pokemon. I just think there would be too many headaches for Pokemon to get into it. Now we'll see how Yu-Gi-Oh does. Yu-Gi-Oh is the first one that's really going to try to do this. Magic does it, but I don't think, again, when it comes to Magic, guys, they don't really care. They just don't. They'll print out proxy cards left and right. They'll play with fake cards. If they can't find the product at a cheap price, they'll just print out fake cards, which is, dangerous to the bottom line of card stores. If Yu-Gi-Oh is successful with running out collector boxes and serialized cards, you may see Pokemon do it. The only reason why I don't think Pokemon would is Topps Chrome reached out to them to do another collab for the 30th anniversary, and Pokemon really said no, because it makes no sense for them to give Topps their IP. And that would have been your first serialized cards. Now, the lady that does Ash Ketchum's voice is going to be in the Allergenter set for Topps. It's a baseball set, but they have a lot of like miscellaneous people in it. And that card's going to be pretty sought after. And that's the closest thing you're going to have to a Topps reprint of Pokemon. But if Topps wanted to get into this serialized world, I think that they would have tried with Topps first, and they're not going to.
And Tyler actually just asked another quick question, and I'm going to kind of combine it with my own question. He said, how long until we see a MSRP $50 or $100 pack of Pokemon at a release? But it also kind of makes me wonder if in English, how like in like the Chinese sets, you can buy the jumbo packs. Is that something that we could see in English? Do you think? And would those be something like the $50 or $100 packs?
I do think that would be something that they would maybe do. I think it would be a collector bundle. I do think that they do a lot in Chinese exclusivity, that they're doing testing market for English versions, especially when it comes to the way that they print, the quality of product, the hit rate, and how they standardize it. Because I mean, you move it into the English version now, where they're printing, it looks like they're printing more product, but they're really not. They're printing more sets and printing the same amount. And I think they're noticing that you can do that with the Chinese version as well, with the gym boxes.
Mm-hmm.
So I do think that is something that you will see come over. I think you'll see that before you see serialized cards.
I would love to see jumbo packs in English. Like
Yeah.
I love what China has done with their product. You know, like they have come out with so many amazing different products, just little, and they're, you know, they're cheapish and but a lot of
Mhm.
fun. And it, you know, you're always getting something fun to go along with your cards. You're not just getting, you know, the cards. You're also getting a little figurine or a, you know,
Yeah.
it's just fun. And I really hope that we can see that in our future too.
If it
So
wasn't for this boom, China wouldn't be a thing as far as the market goes.
Yeah. I mean, because the Chinese one is interesting because the boxes are $40 to $50. That's kind of what they run for. Now, there's only case hits. There's Japanese and Chinese. You have to have, or China, you have to have a certain percentage has to be shown that you guaranteed hit. Like they take away the gambling thing of it. In the English versions, there is no standard that they have to follow. But the thing is when it comes to the Chinese exclusives, the Ponita, for instance, or let's just use the Captain Pikachu. It's a $40 box, but the Captain Pikachu is a $500 card. So it is but it looks, the hit rate's a lot less. So they have the product inexpensive, but they have a high quality card chase in it still that costs a lot of money. And I think that is something that they're kind of trying to move into the English world, which would be close enough to a serialized card, is just like a extremely hard card to find. Kind of like the Thanos from Magic. Like it's like less than 0.003% chance to find that card.
oh my god, that's scary
Yeah, I can't.
For someone who likes
I
to
can't
gamble
tell
or
the difference
something.
between those foreign languages.
Oh my god.
I had to take photos of the boxes and then put Google Translate on it to tell me if it's what language it's in. So
If you look at the cards, like you can tell just by looking at a card.
yeah,
But
I don't know.
You can
My
tell it's a
favorite cards are
Pokemon card
from
by the way it is.
yeah. My favorite Pokemon card's a KFC Mewtwo from Thailand. It's a Mewtwo card with a KFC logo on it. I think it's one of the coolest things out there.
UPV said they hit like 5 Captain. UPV, is that like Gem 5 or
So
Gem
it's
1? Because he's saying they
there's
hit like
two
5 Captain.
Captain
There are two.
Pikachus now,
Yeah. I have the one from Gem 1.
which is
Okay,
less than the
so
one from Gym 5.
yeah. Okay,
That
so
doesn't make
he's
sense to me, but yeah.
yeah. So okay, so that's right. He had the ones with the volume 1, 2, and 3 in the bags with the promo and the pen. Oh, but he does have Gem 5. Okay.
We had a box. I have a plate. I have a box with I'll have to send you guys a photo of it. When we were buying from our distro in China for our gym boxes, he sent me a box with a dining plates in it with a pack and a poster of the 25th celebrations box. And it was the weirdest thing I've ever seen. So they did an exclusive box with a dining plate in it.
Interesting.
Yeah. It's super weird.
It is weird, but kind of cool too.
Yeah. Everyone's like, what's the price on it? And I was like, I honestly can't find any sales of it. So I just keep it for myself.
All right. Well, I know you have to get to the store in about 45 minutes.
I do. I got a lot of prep work.
Yeah. So I think we're gonna kind of call it here. But thank you so much
What do you
for
want me to bring over today?
your
Okay.
phone and
For
your
sealed?
camera so I can buy stuff.
No, I don't know if I'll be there today. I got to take the
I have
kids to
an
the bounce
OP.
house.
I got an OP16 hobby box that I just got in.
Uh-oh. He'll be there in like
Yes,
5
sir.
minutes.
No, I can't. He lives right next to it. His shop is like 40 minutes away.
Yeah, I'm like 3 minutes away from my shop.
Oh, okay. That's good to know at
He
least.
couldn't do it right in the middle. He had to do it on the opposite end.
Oh, yeah.
We are expanding, but it'll probably still be opposite end of you where we probably expand to. So
Sad like what? Lee Summit?
yeah, There's so many card shops where you live, dude.
Yeah, there's one right by me, but I don't like them as much anymore.
Happens.
After the boom, they just said, nah, well,
Is that the
$500
TikTok
price.
one?
No,
Okay.
they're very sportman-ish.
Yep. Know who you're talking about. It's all good.
ALB baby, I hear you. Yes, you do. I was letting Mary and FCC do all the talking, so I'm just here in the background.
We were just gabbing away.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna lose my voice today for sure.
Oh, sorry. Well, like I said, we really appreciate you coming on today. It's been great and it's been very informative. I really like these kinds of talks. I'm learning so much from people like you and Tiger and oh, and which reminds me, I wanted to say this earlier. So, do you sell Chinese cards at all?
Not exclusively, no.
Okay.
I find them at shows and stuff. I'll pick them up for the shop.
Okay.
I buy a lot for my customers that come in. They ask for certain things. I go out and find it for them and I bring it back,
Okay.
which is fine. Like a person needed a Dragon Ball Z Gym Mint 1 box, basically. I think it's FBO1 or FWO1. I think it's Fusion World. I ended up just buying it at cost for the guy. And so I do a lot of that. So if there's anything you ever look for and you guys in the chat and stuff, just let me know. I can go find it for you.
Well, and the reason I ask is because Tiger actually dropped a video about how to tell the difference. He had two different gem boxes. And one was, I wouldn't say it was fake because the cards weren't fake, but the box itself was like repacked, like fake-ish. And it just might be something interesting for you to watch and check out. 'Cause
Yeah.
I would have had no idea whatsoever. But it was a really interesting video, and I definitely appreciate Tiger putting out that information.
Yeah.
So
Repacking cards is really bad,
yeah,
because of how good they can be at it.
yeah, because it wasn't like they were resealed, but the box was just a little bit different. Like the color was a little different, the sheen on it was a little bit different. But the packs were normal packs. But it's like they opened the real boxes and took all the ones with the hits out, and then filled up these new boxes with ones that don't have hits necessarily.
Yep, your ponchos were notorious for that.
Yeah. So, but anyhow, like I said, we really appreciate you coming in and talking to us today, and it has been amazing. And let us all know definitely when you get your online store up and going, especially for those of us that
That's
aren't.
around here. There's quite a few people that's actually on here. Collector's Habit, that's around here. There's Go Spencer. He's around here as well, so I'm sure that you'll end up having visit your store as well.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, and thanks for everybody for stopping in and joining us today. I think we've had some really great questions today, and I think this has been a really good episode. So, yeah.
Well, thanks for having me. I appreciate it all.
Absolutely. All right, guys. We will see you all on the next one.
See ya. Thank you.
Bye.